Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. If you don't know, my name is Phoebia and I have done a lot of healing along the way, both on my own and with a therapist. And here lately, the second round of therapy has been going exceptionally well. I look forward to every week's session and just getting to the bottom of things, if that makes sense. Each session I've dug a little deeper on myself, and it's an amazing journey. Last week was super busy and there were things that I could not account for. And so I dropped the ball over here, and my sincerest apologies. In any event, we're just gonna jump right into it. Today's video is unsolicited advice on your healing journey. And make no mistake, I'm talking to myself as well, because these are things that I am still learning as I grow along every day. So today's topic is you're triggering yourself, okay? As much as you would like to think that you have things together, or maybe you know that you don't, and you're constantly short fused, you're constantly rushing, and a lot of it can be because you just don't have the energy. And I'm here to tell you there are three main ways that you are triggering yourself. One is that you do minimum to no prep. So on the days that you prep, you might have part of it, and then you don't have the rest to keep that momentum going. The other thing is that you're not organized, so you don't always know where things are. You don't have that specific spot for your keys. You don't have that specific spot for the kids' paperwork that has to go back to school. And then three, you're not communicating. Now, in my case, I am married, okay? And for a long time, he was deployed or on underways and things like that. So it was on me. And I didn't have to consult with anybody about the schedule, how things were going to get done, rhyme and reason, this, that, and the third. I didn't have anybody to discuss those things with. So now that he is back home on shore duty, it has been quite the adjustment in letting go because I physically cannot do all of the things anymore, because one, we just live and work too far for me to try to do it all. And the other thing is I don't have to do it all anymore. So why am I trying to put this cape on, right? So my best advice for all of those things, if you have someone that you can communicate with them. Let them know appointments that are coming up. Let them know, what dates are on the calendar for the kids' school things, or what meetings you have, or what is going on. So like my husband is a recruiter and he is covering the tri-state area, for where we live. Sometimes he has to go to Delaware. Sometimes he has to go to New Jersey. So on those days, I know that I need to make it so my schedule offsets that, because he's definitely not going to be able to pick up. He might not be able to drop off. It just kind of depends on, how early he has to be somewhere. And then for me, I have days where I have to close my center. And so he would have to do pickup, and we just communicate those things, and it has been better for us. So if you do have someone who you can share the responsibility with, I would say don't hesitate, but I understand. If you're anything like me and you are healing, which is part of why you're here, it's hard to ask for help. It's very hard to ask for help when help looks more beneficial to the person you were asking than the help benefiting you. Meaning, help came with strings attached. Help came with hearing about it later. It's raining and I thought the sun was coming out, but anyway, strings attached, hearing about it later, or the help being half-assed and it not being exactly not necessarily exactly what you need, but not even in the ballpark of what you needed. So, with that being said, if you do have someone you can rely on in this season, I would definitely encourage you to figure out your communication style, figure out, how you can efficiently and effectively get your point across, get your ask across, so that the results warrant you actually getting the help. And then get organized. Even if you get organized-ish. So I'm working backwards. So even if you get organized-ish, like you just have an area where certain things are, or I don't know. Organization is still something that I am very much working on. We haven't bought any like entryway stuff. I've not felt like being out at the stores. 9 times out of 10, I would have to take the kids, and it's just a lot. We took the kids grocery shopping with us on Friday afternoon. So I don't want to take them going furniture shopping. That's just whatever. But take a look at your home, see the pieces that you need, get the pieces that will make your mornings run effectively. And I'm especially talking to those of us who have children, because when you get up in the morning, it's not just you. Like for me, it's me and 3 other kids. And even when my husband is here in the morning and helping out, like once we get to that point where we're just about to walk out the door, it's always something. And sometimes, okay, so like 7 times out of 10, it's something that had I been more prepared, more organized, I wouldn't have had my feathers ruffled, because it's like we wait till we get ready to walk out the door and it's like, where's my water bottle? Where's this? Where is that? Even though I said get it several times, but we don't have a flow where it's like, okay, get your lunchbox and your water bottle, go to the door, and now we're going to the car. It does not flow as smoothly as that. And I know it's because like we don't have an area right there at the entryway to like set everything there while everybody's getting their shoes and stuff on. So it's just a lot of back and forth. So that's what I mean by like getting organized-ish. Just start taking inventory of things that you need to make your mornings, afternoons, evenings more fluid, more efficient. Because I know for me, the moment something stops flowing, I'm triggered. Like, as long as we are moving, like our morning is moving, and I don't mean rushing, but I do mean we're able to flow from brush teeth, wash face, get dressed, go downstairs, have breakfast, clean up, get the bags, the lunch boxes, water bottles, go to the car, get in the car, get buckled. Like if we can't flow through our morning like that, I am tapped out. My patience is tapped out because it's already a lot. And so for me, I know that can cause a disruption in the flow of the morning. So if that is something that you have trouble with, and you want your mornings and your afternoons to flow, because in the afternoons, evenings, it's dinner, bath, bed. Like that's pretty much everyone's household routine. And if something disrupts that, it is hard to get back on track or to get the kids in bed at a decent time and go over all the things and prepare for the next day and all of that. So being organized-ish will definitely, and I say organized-ish because don't think that with the weight you're carrying from your healing, it's going to mix well with your ambition to get organized overnight. Do what you can. Figure out your plan. Roll out what you have, and you can always add to it as the days and the weeks go by. Like you don't have to do everything at once. So the other thing is minimum to no prep. So choosing your outfits, the kids' outfits, like taking out your work clothes and the kids' school clothes the night before. Today is Sunday, May 4th, I believe. So it's Sunday. This is actually the first Sunday in weeks that I've been trying to get my reset routine like down packed. So I've already picked out my clothes for the week. After this, I'm going to go help the kids pick out their stuff. I had Victoria pick out her outfit for tomorrow, and then she picked out a dress, and then look at the weather, and it's supposed to be raining pretty much all day. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board on that. But also she has, I want her to pick out her outfits for the rest of the week as well as the twins. So I'm going to spend some time doing that. That way when we get up and they get dressed, like they don't have to worry about picking out stuff. Just like I won't have to pick out stuff. Our meals, I usually have them written on our little, like it's a weekly calendar, but I use it as our menu plan rather, calendar. So we know what's for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It is a little outdated. It has last week's stuff up there. And honestly, we didn't even get through half of what was up there simply because it was so busy last week. It ended up being super busy for my husband as well. And that was just part of like us just getting through our hamster wheel of a week. So in any event, planning out your menu, even if you don't necessarily meal prep or haven't gotten there yet. I noticed for my family, we don't do leftovers. So I have stopped cooking so much food because after the second day, like after one round of leftovers, it just sits in the room. With my family, I have noticed that we don't eat leftovers. Like, I mean, we will, but it generally has to be something like pasta, and it has to last at least the original night and the next night. After that, nobody's interested. So that's just us. So now, this summer, one thing I want to focus on is setting up our refrigerator so it has ingredients ready to go, like fruit prepped and prepared so they can just go in the refrigerator and take it out and eat it right away. I have always revisited how I do groceries, how I menu plan, how I meal prep, because seasons change. With children, their taste buds change, and just like us moving to Pennsylvania, the way we do things is very different than the way that we did them in Virginia. One, I used to work 8 minutes from home, and now I work 45 to an hour from home. And I had my grandmother who always like had the snack portion down. So being able to pack the girls like snacks and lunch and all of that was easy. Now I have to like account for everything, make sure it's there. And God knows the grocery store is 15, 20 minutes away. So like I either need to be prepared to order groceries or pick up groceries or actually do the shopping. And I haven't figured out which one is most efficient, because when I order groceries, it doesn't feel like I get everything that I need. And then I'm back at the store anyway. When I go grocery shopping, I'm exhausted. So when I get home, I don't prep everything like I should. And then I'm doing too much every night. So if you all have any kind of system down on that, I would love to hear about it. But I definitely would say plan out your menu so you at least know what you're going to be cooking. Have your veggies prepped. If you want, have your meats prepped. I know also for me personally, just like a lot of people now, they will cook Thanksgiving dinner like 24 to 48 hours in advance and pretty much just reheat it on Thanksgiving. Cook my food on Thanksgiving. Cook my food on Christmas Day. Like, I don't know how, but make it work, because I know it is efficient because you don't want to spend all day in the kitchen cooking, but there's so many different ways that everybody don't have to cook all the things. So, that's just for the holidays. But like, so on a nightly basis, I do like to cook, but I do like to make things easier. Like my family loves fish, so we've been baking fish, not frying it. It's getting too hot for that. But prep the fish, get home, put it in the oven, do your sides, boom, you got a fresh meal. So that's where we are in our season of groceries and menu planning. And then do your weekly, monthly, and annual plans. Put those doctor's appointments on the calendar. Put those work calls on the calendar, because when you go to plan out your week based off of the year that you have, so you plan out, okay, you're not going to have all your meetings for the year accounted for. But if you do, for as much as possible, you have your meetings set. Some of them are standard weekly meetings. Some of them are big projects that are known to come up. So you know you're going to have a call. But you have doctor's appointments, trips, vacations, this, that, the third, soccer, basketball, martial arts, swimming, all the things. Put those dates on your calendar so when you go to do your weekly plan, they're already there and you can plan around them, as opposed to canceling or rescheduling an appointment. I know for me, this is something that I have done, and when I do it consistently, it really does make my days smoother, make my weeks smoother. Like, it takes away from the heaviness of my mental load. So those three things are part of my unsolicited advice. So the topic of conversation is you're triggering yourself. And the three ways that you are triggering yourself is that you have minimum to no prep or planning, and you are not organized, and you do not communicate. So whether it is your husband, your wife, your spouse, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your village, whatever the case may be, if you have someone or you have people, utilize them. So I'm going to tell you this though. It all starts with tapping into your core. You're on a healing journey, and it is hard, and your emotions are going to get the best of you every time until you start having that autonomy over yourself to say, I'm in control, I got this, and then write down a plan for all the things that you can control. You can control what you eat throughout the week. Write that down. You can control how your mornings flow. You can control where things are in your home. You can communicate. So with those three things, you can gather yourself in the most low budget, low effort way, and have a maximum reward or return on your investment of putting forth minimal effort, right? Because no one's asking you to be perfect. No one's saying that you have to go all in, have this fancy planner, also do the digital, also do the family communication calendar, also send out your Google calendar, iPhone calendar. Nobody's asking you to do all of that. Nobody's asking you to have an aesthetically pleasing home where there's a home for everything and all of that. Like, get a home for the things you need to get a home for that you utilize on a daily basis, so that you're not stressed out when it's time to go, or when it's time to like set your phone on a charger at night, or you're not always looking for the freaking charger because you're always moving it. Like, for me, that used to tank me. I'm getting ready to go to bed, I go to charge my phone, and where is my charger? Because all I need to do is charge the phone and turn over and go to bed. Now I gotta go search for the charger. Stuff like that. Stop setting yourself up for failure, and sit down and create the time to think about how you're going to set yourself up for success. And above all, communicate. You have to start tapping into your core, and the T in tapping in is transparency. So you have to be honest about what it is that you need to do better with. You need to be so honest that it leaves very little room for an excuse. You will only get tired once you get tired of being tired. Once you start getting frustrated with the fact that you can never find your keys in the morning every day, once you start realizing that if you get up just a little bit earlier, you can have coffee at home versus stopping on your way to work and paying $6 for a coffee. Like, you are in charge of you. And even though you are healing, part of healing is living. Don't forget to live. These are part of things that uplift your life, that put forth effort into showing up and moving the needle forward in your healing journey. So if you love this video, meet me in the comments. I would love to hear how you have set up some of your systems, if this video helped you in any way. I know it's kind of all over the place. I do apologize for that. I'm on limited time, but I did want to get another video out. My goal for the month of May is to have a video a week. I would like to have 2, but I'm going to be honest with myself and know that with all the things I'm juggling, I don't have the capacity to deliver 2 videos a week. So with that being said, I will do my best, and I want you all to do your best. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one.